Welcome back, everybody, to some more Atlanta Hawks, my GM. This time we're going to simulate a little bit more, maybe to the Pistons game. That would be interesting, especially because two guys we have been thinking about trading for. We play them both within the next few games, so let's simulate past this Pistons game and get a good look at how this team does. We're on a 7-game win streak right now. This is insane. And then we lose. Okay, there we go. Back down to earth for a moment. Tyreek Evans for TJ Warren in a second round pick. That's kind of interesting, to be honest, because, I mean, Tyreek Evans is a bit better of a player, but Tyreek Evans is going to be 30 next season. TJ Warren's only going to be 26 years old. Right now he's averaging 10 points, shooting 47%. His three-point shot is kind of broke. But per 36 minutes, averaging 15, 6, and 2. I mean, we really don't need... Small forward isn't exactly a need for us right now, but, like, this just might be a smart move. What is his contract? Oh, okay. Now, he is getting a decent amount of money, but that's not too bad of a contract, I would say. And Tyreek Evans obviously getting paid a ton more than him. With the team option for next year, if we even want to keep him another year, he might be gone after this year anyway. This is actually a really interesting trade. What else do they have available, though? Maybe we can get more out of them and kind of get somebody else out of Atlanta that we really don't want there anymore. God, what happened to all their potential? Josh Jackson's got good potential, but Marquise Chris only a B minus. That's not good at all. Even Dragon Bender only a B minus after being like what, the 5th pick. None of these guys really have great potential. It kind of sucks. Even Robert Williams, what is he, a B minus? Yep. So even all these young guys are not going to progress as nicely as I would hope for somebody. Alright, if you can make this a first round pick, I wonder if, yeah, they can't make that cap situation work, obviously, but how much would acquire 26 million more than allowed, so they have to clear up, obviously, some space. TJ Warren, he's a big trade piece for them. Is there somebody they're paying a lot that's down further in the food chain, maybe? Rashad Vaughn, only on a 1-year deal. So is Jared Dudley. Take Jared Dudley, perhaps, for the rest of the season. Jared Vaughn, 22 years old, getting paid 7.8. Still not enough. Salary cap room, it says 2.6. Actually, alright, so let's see if this works for Jared Dudley. And then we can acquire a huge first rounder. Oh, come on. We will take Austin Wiley if you're willing to give him to us. And that's too many players. And he's 2.5. Let's see if I can find somebody who's only worth 1 star. Lamar Peters. Troy Daniels is injured. There's too many young guys. Tyler Eulis on a 1-year deal plus 1 year. And he's worth 1.5 too. So let's see if we can perhaps make a move for Tyler Eulis to be our backup PG. Well, we have Trey Burke, so I mean, we'd have to see how this goes, but we could trade them back. Should we trade him back with Gerald or... Yeah, I think we'll give him Ben Berry, but that's too much cap space. They need... Alright, so we need to acquire somebody back that is taking up a little bit more space. Rashad Vaughn would make this a good deal. I don't think they'll accept this. And then we could give them one of our 3 second-round picks. And maybe 2 of them? Oh, no, we don't have a first-round pick. I didn't even realize. So we have 2 second-round picks. Maybe we give them both up to move up to the first. They want John Collins for Alex Len. Man. I can't do that. This is basically going to be just a trade negotiation episode because, how about this? Counter offer John Collins and a second round pick for Jared Dudley as well. They really want John Collins, huh? He's really talented though. Only 21 years old. We have him for at least 2 more seasons past this season. For a first round pick. What even is the Suns' record right now? This might be worth it, but it might also not be. I mean, as far as the talent level right now goes, they're obviously getting the better of this trade, but we get the first round pick. If we're going to do that, I'd want somebody more talented than Jared Dudley. How about Dragon Bender at least? That would kind of replace John Collins' loss at the power forward, even though I don't think Dragon is as good necessarily in any facet. And the thing is, we don't really need Alex Len. We have so many centers. I mean, I guess Chandler and Udo are running out of time. But essentially, we'd be getting rid of Chandler's contract and then taking on Len's for another year. So it's really kind of a toss-up of whether we want to do something like this or not. This would leave us with $5 million in cap space this year, and then Ilyasova will come off the books, but he's not really effective. Udo's $2 million will come off. Nobody other than Chandler's that is really making a huge impact right now, which is 13.6 million pretty much. So that would leave us with about good. And of course, if we picked up Avery Bradley's option, that would leave us with around 25 million to spend. Not a lot. It's not even enough for a max contract. How about if we take out Tyreek Evans and Alex Len? We wouldn't have. The Hawks would acquire 1.1 million more than allowed. Okay, so now we'd be in cap trouble. So we'll give them somebody a bit more expensive, like, say, Mario Hezonja. Nah, we can't fleece him like that. Maybe Avery Bradley and a second round pick for a first and Dragon Bender. No. It's not happening. Who's our backup power forward? It's Ilyasova. This would give them too many players. We'll take Dudley. And we'll give you a second round pick. 2 seconds. Bradley and Ilyasova. Ilyasova better than Dudley by a couple miles, but they're both on 1-year contracts. Bradley has basically a 2-year deal, so does Bender because they both have team options. Bender quite younger, so maybe we're not giving them enough if we want that pick. This would probably, if anything, it'll make them offer us something back. No, it doesn't even do that for us. How about what is Marquise Chris looking like right now? He's averaging 5 points, 3.5 rebounds. He's shooting pretty well. But what are his inside scoring B-, 3-point scoring a C-. His rebounding and athleticism is good. His potential is not. TJ Warren and Jared Dudley in exchange for Avery Bradley and Ersan Ilyasova. They're not interested. Alright. We're getting out of here. We're going to decline that trade and keep it simulating. Oh no, that sucks, dude. Costa, of all the players to get injured, he's the last player I wanted to see get injured at this point. So we're gonna have to take him completely out of the rotation. Have Lajero Vick at least take his spot as the 13th man, I guess, kind of. So where do these 17 minutes go? Give a couple to Evans, put him up to 28. Collins can get a few. Ayton can get a few. Bradley has to go up. Even we'll give Trey Burke the rest of them. Don't add anybody new to the rotation for now. We have a good thing going. Wait, there's fix rotations manually. We're fine. Fix rotations. What is the problem? Oh, Costa still has minutes. Okay, 8 minutes left to give. Let's just give him to Hazonia. Actually, we'll make it like that. Still kind of see who prospers more between the two of them. Still kind of in each other's way at this point. We're going to have to make a decision soon. But Hazonia won't even have that protection much longer, so maybe we can trade him. Bogdanovich and Willie Cauley-Stein for Tyreek Evans. This wouldn't really make a lot of sense for them, I don't think. Willie Cauley-Stein, actually, what's he? Post defense is decent. Rebounding is decent. Athleticism, decent. Potential is a B. It's not horrible, but it's not like the best. Basketball IQ, pretty good. And Bogdanovich, he's an offensive player, obviously. B overall. Wait, what was his potential? B. Not bad. 2 years left on his contract. Cauley-Stein has the same amount left on his... Oh, no. Cauley-Stein got paid. No. I don't want that at all. I'm good off that. Tyreek Evans and Bojan for like a future first. For Doug McDermott, DeAndre Bembry, but then we still have to take on Willie. Let's not do that. Put them 14 million. Okay, is there anybody else that can make this trade work? What are we giving up? We're giving up 2 wing players, so if really I should add a wing player back. How about Justin Jackson? Would you be willing to give us Justin Jackson? Ilyasova, this is they really want to get rid of Willie Cauley-Stein, and I really don't want his contract. That is a horrible contract for Willie Cauley-Stein. In my opinion, I wouldn't pay a guy with his talents, who's really just athletic and can rebound. Oh man, that's a tough sell for me. I mean, I'll do it for this, essentially. We'll give you Bembry. I'm not giving you Burke, and I'm not taking Willie Cauley-Stein, really, no matter what. We'll add in the 2nd round pick, I guess. I don't want Cauley-Stein. Alright. We will give you 1 more 2nd round pick. Oh, his contract is so disgusting. I'm not giving up any 2nd round picks if you're going to make me take on Willie Cauley-Stein. As far as talent goes, they get Evans, but he's getting paid way more than even any of these guys, including Stein. Maybe I end up being able to flip Stein for something in the off season, because I obviously don't want his contract for $15 million a year, essentially. After this season, obviously. Ilyasova, we're probably not going to bring him back after this season anyway. McDermott, he hasn't really done enough to warrant me needing to keep him on the team, especially when we have Hazonia, who's essentially like the same player. Points per game, he's averaging 17. Is that right? No, that's 36 minutes. Okay. Actually, his per 36 minutes are pretty good, though. 17. His shot is pretty good. Maybe we keep McDermott. Okay, can I trade Hazonia yet? 17 more. Oh, my God. Because his 36 minutes is nowhere near as good. Hazonia has not been even close to as good as McDermott has. And how about Justin Jackson, who hasn't played at all this year? I'd probably just give Jackson both guys minutes, McDermott's and Hazonia attributes. All right. Oh, his three-pointer is not where I'd like it to be, especially if we're giving up McDermott. What's his potential even at? Only a C+. Huh. This is a tough one. Alright, we'll make this deal if you give us next year's. Nope, okay. Just an earlier first round pick, I suppose. They want Trey Burke and DeAndre Benberry in exchange for Harry Giles. I don't want to give up Trey Burke, honestly. He's been playing so well. Now they really want Trey Burke all of a sudden. That's cool. This is a stacked trade. There's like so much going on here. Oh, you know what? How about we do this instead? I still want that pick though. Give me that pick back. 21. We'll get in a third team. One who needs a center. Philadelphia, what are you... Okay, we're moving on from Philadelphia. I can't. The Bucks have some guys. The Bulls have Cody Zeller. The Cavs have Tristan Thompson and Brook Lopez. The Celtics don't really have a backup center. They have Jordan Gasol, Whiteside, Howard, but he's on the final year of his contract. Huh, maybe we can make this work. The Hornets... So the Kings take Marvin Williams. The Hornets get back Willie Cauley-Stein. I think that puts them a little bit too much over the cap space. Yeah, they need to clear out $11 million. Who's the guy that's taking up a ton of cap space for them right now? Georges. So this would make it work. How much of a contract does he have left? This is his final season. So we give up Tyreek Evans, Doug McDermott, and Ilyasova. We get back Bogdanovich, Jackson, a first-round pick, and Papagiannis. Not exactly a benefit because we'll just let him go after the season's over, obviously. And then the Hornets get to dump off Marvin Williams' contract, and they get back a good young center. Just getting overpaid, but Marvin Williams is getting overpaid. But he isn't... Oh, no, he's got a player option, so this would make sense, I feel. So the Hornets would take it, but the Kings are not interested in this trade. Interestingly enough. Huh. How about if the Hornets give up a man? For all that, we might as well just... No. We'll give up a second-round pick. In next year's draft? No. We'll go into the 2021... Oh, wait. To the Kings. Alright. Let's see if the Hornets are willing to give up a second-round pick to the Kings to make this trade work. Oh, my God. So they can give up Iman Shumpert, send him to Charlotte. That gives them too many players. So you guys can give up Dwayne Bacon, send him to Atlanta. So in exchange for Doug McDermott, Ersan Ilyasova, and Tyson Chandler. So, and a second-round pick and MKG. The Kings will give up Bogdanovich, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Iman Shumpert. The Hornets will get back Willie Cauley-Stein and Iman Shumpert. We will get back Bogdanovich and Dwayne Bacon. The Hornets love it, and of course, guess who doesn't? And we will give you a second round pick. I don't care. There we go! My leg is numb from sitting here trying to make this trade work, honestly. So a huge trade finally goes down. Wow. So, all in all, here are the full trade effects for our team, of course. We have an official, real backup small forward at this point. Now, Hazonia and Doug McDermott, that kind of thing is settled completely. Hazonia probably gone after this season. We might leave him here. We might try and trade him once his last 13 days run out. We also get back Dwayne Bacon. And we didn't even have to give up either Evans or Bradley. So essentially, I'll show you the full outlook of the trade. So we gave up Doug McDermott, who was a free agent after this year anyway and was splitting time with Hazonia, for a better small forward in Bogdanovic. We gave up Ilyasova, we gave up 3 expiring contracts and a second round pick to get Bogdanovic and Dwayne Bacon. And obviously Bogdanovic can be a huge piece. He can back up Michael Porter Jr. for the rest of the season and next year because he's on a 2-year contract. So I really like that. The Kings, for giving up Bogdanovic, they were able to dump out Willie Cauley-Stein's contract, which they clearly didn't want anymore, and Iman Shumpert, both to the Hornets. And the Hornets, in exchange, the Kings got all of our expiring deals: McDermott, Ilyasova, Chandler, and they got MKG, and they got a second round pick, I think. 2 second round picks, I think. Yeah, they got our second round pick, and they got a Hornets second round pick. And the Hornets got... What did the Hornets get in this trade? They got Willie Cauley-Stein and Iman Shumpert. So I think this is a win for everybody because the Hornets get a young center, and they get rid of MKG. And they didn't really give up much to do it. They dumped off a contract. Even if it's only for the rest of the season, they get back Willie Cauley-Stein, who can be a help for them especially once Dwight Howard's contract is up. So this doesn't really change too much for our team. I mean, it's just basically Bogdanovic completely taking over the backup small forward spot. Hazonia probably not going to get any minutes now. And should we assign Ben? I think I'm going to assign Benberry to the G League, honestly. And LeGerald Vick. Oh no, he can't go to the G League. Can I sign anybody, or is it like a minimum of 1 player? So if I call him up, can I put... Yeah, should I put LeGerald Vick there? Maybe Dwayne Bacon. Who's got the best potential? Yeah, LeGerald Vick. Give him some playing time in the G League. And is there anything else we would like to do? In fact, we'll go to the scouting, team intel. We're 4th in the Eastern Conference right now. That is insanity. If you are interested, Kelly Olynyk and Tyler Johnson are available. Joakim Noah available? Yeah, I bet he is. That terrible contract. Mason Plumlee, I'm good. Drew Holiday and Blake Griffin still both available. Evan Turner, definitely not interested in that. Tristan Thompson. Should we change our status from rebuilding at this point? I mean, what are the other options? I forget what buying and selling really mean. So selling, the team is currently selling and will be willing to dump off some good veterans for the right deal that includes draft picks or young prospects. And then selling... Wait, where is buying? Contending is its own thing, and then buying... They're looking for someone that can come in and help them become contenders this season. And rebuilding... Franchise clearly in rebuild will not be interested in acquiring... Yeah, I would say we're not really interested in acquiring any more agent veterans, so rebuilding might be the mood for us for at least one more year. Although, we are kind of interested in Blake Griffin. You know, let's just throw it out there. Let's see what they would want for Blake Griffin. This episode is going to be a little longer than I intended, but these trades took a while to get to work. For Blake Griffin, what would we have to give up? So, wow. Okay, John Collins, obviously, but he would become kind of redundant with Blake Griffin on the roster anyway. And Tyreek Evans, but we also get back Luke Kennard. Are you kidding me? That seems like a steal. Or Dennis Schroeder and Avery Bradley. That's probably not likely. Wow. And then where are the New Orleans Pelicans? What would they want for Drew Holiday? John Collins and Avery Bradley. Or Avery Bradley, Ikpe Udo, and DeAndre Benberry. And we already know he's on a long-term contract. Here's his per 36 minutes stats. 12 points, 7 assists. He's not really shooting that well from 3. I'm probably more interested in Blake at this point. He can be a big name, big time scorer, great rebounder, and he can pass from the power forward position. I mean, do we make the move for Blake Griffin? We are the 4th seed in the East right now. I mean, this would kind of hurt our future a little bit, perhaps, with the amount of money he'd be getting paid. 4 years. By the end of it, he'll be getting like $40 million because he's not going to decline that. But we could also sell him next year. Maybe not for as much as we pay, but if we really wanted him, we still have these rookie contracts for a little while more to deal with. So do we make this happen? Do we give up Tyreek Evans and John Collins for Blake Griffin and Luke Kennard? Let's see if I can make this work with somebody else. Just to keep a rookie contract on there. Hazonia is still probably not available. Actually, yeah, let's simulate a little bit further. I don't think we made it up to where we wanted to anyway. Let's simulate through the Pistons game. Adjust rotation manually real quick. We'll drop Ayton down to 29 minutes. That was clearly a little bit too much for him to handle. We're going to give Bogdanovic 21 minutes a game. Some will go to Udo because he is the backup center officially for the rest of the year, basically. And we don't really have another power forward on roster. I didn't even realize that. So other than Collins, we really don't even have another power forward. So I guess these minutes will have to go to Hazonia, and I'm glad to give Dwayne Bacon some minutes. We picked him up, might as well give him some minutes, right? So let's get through the rest of these games. We lose to the Nets. We beat the Hornets. I don't think we'll be acquiring Drew Holiday. I think I've kind of decided on that. And of course, Bogdanovic, he's out for 2 to 4 weeks now. Have CPU adjust the rotation for once. 21-19. We beat the Spurs and we beat the Pistons. What is our status right now? We're only 3.5 games out of first place in the Eastern Conference right now. The East is pretty weak. I really think we can capitalize off of this weak Eastern Conference and the phenomenal performance of our team as a whole this year. Player stats, look at this. We are just playing great team basketball all year long. Look at just all these guys getting great numbers. I just don't want to give up John Collins is the only problem. Actually, can we check out let's check out the G League real quick. LeGerald Vick, wow. Recent games, can I see them? Aw, not these games. I meant his... How many games has he played? Yeah, he's played in 3 games, but he is killing it in those 3 games. Huh. Very interesting to see. I have never looked at this before. All these guys that are potentially available. Terrell Arthur, isn't he a little old? Yeah, to be in the G League. 30 years old. I didn't even know you could send a 30-year-old to the G League. Anyway, not what we're here to do. Let's finish this video out. We're going to trade finder. Where is he at? Blake Griffin. I don't want to give up John Collins. Will you instead... Would Avery Bradley be too much money? Wow, only 9K. Too much. Joe Harris? I don't even know who Joe Harris is. 27 years old. Pistons what? Pistons can have at most 15 players. That doesn't make any sense. Aaron Baines? Again, with the 15 players thing, doesn't make... Okay. And take Benberry? Okay, so they need somebody who's costing them a little bit more money. Garrett Temple? Oh my god. Stanley Johnson. We're already set at shooting guard. Who do they even have at shooting guard? Really? Really? Langston Galloway is your shooting guard of the future? You're set at shooting guard? My ass, you're set at shooting guard. I guess a second round pick. Requiring too much money. 280. Tyreke Evans and DeAndre Benberry for Blake Griffin, who they are trying to move because of his contract. Keep that in mind. Tyreke Evans is on a 1-year deal with a team option. Blake is on a 3-year deal. So this is very beneficial for them if they're just trying to do a cap dump. Plus Evans is playing well enough. Counter offer. Trey Burke and a second round pick. Trey Burke is a free agent. Luke Kennard could be valuable for us. I don't know how necessarily how realistic this is. But they clearly don't really care for Luke Kennard that much, I guess. Plus, I guess they're getting Tyreke Evans to play shooting guard. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Griffin is now an Atlanta Hawk. We have to capitalize on our potential. We are a young team. We are 4th in the Eastern Conference right now. And we just made a move. Whew. Yeah. That just happened. Tyreke Evans no longer on the team. But we still have Avery Bradley. And now we have Luke Kennard. I mean, wow. We need a backup point guard. Machete could play that when he came back. Obviously, Machete would probably be the backup shooting guard. Well, maybe we just play Costa as the backup point guard. But the problem is he's out for how long? 6 to 8 weeks. How many spots do we have? Do we have a spot available to sign a new backup point guard? Andrew Harrison, 24 years old. Wants a little too much money. We need somebody who is willing to take a minimum deal. Raul Neto, welcome to the Hawks. Just rotation manually. So here is the rotation. Funnily enough, I'm going to show you the rotation in a minute. Funnily enough, the last game we played was against Pistons. So let's actually see how Blake played. Shot 8 for 15, 1 for 6 from 3. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Playing 33 minutes. I don't even know if he'll play 33 minutes. He might just get about 30 to 25 a game. Luke Kennard actually did play, but he did not play well. And how did we do, actually, in this game against him? Let's look at our guys who left. Unfortunately, I had to give up Trey Burke, but he was going to be a free agent. He was playing really well. So, it's whatever. Benbury actually got some minutes for once. And Tyreke Evans, 17 points. Not much else. You see his contract there. Very friendly for the Pistons. If they want to keep him for another year, they can keep him. If they don't, they don't. His full stats for the year for us so far, as he is now gone. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. shooting 46% from the field, but only 33% from three. So he was good for us. His assists were a little lower than I would have hoped. I would have hoped for him to be at about 5.5, 6 a game for us, because he did have the ball a lot, and his 3-point percentage was a little too low. But nonetheless, it's whatever. We get back Blake Griffin. I don't even know what number he's wearing at this point. What number is he wearing? Where can I even see this? This is oh, he's wearing 0. Okay, that's fine. So we have Dennis Schroeder at the 1 getting 30 minutes per game. Avery Bradley just plugs into the starting shooting guard spot. Michael Porter Jr. comes in at the backup at the small forward. I don't know why I said backup. Then Blake Griffin. So just right there we have what, 2 guys under 20 or 25 or under, and Porter Jr. and Schroeder, and then Ayton, who is also only 20 years old, at the center spot. Then off the bench we have John Collins, another guy under 25. Actually under 22. We have 3 players under 22, and then Schroeder's 25. Udo's going to play some backup center. And then, obviously, the rest are spread out between the rest of these guys. Udo, 22. Can get that down to, like, 18. Give the rest to Kennard. Give all these to Kennard. Make him the 7th man, because I want to see what he does while he still has a chance. So that is going to do it for this episode. Next time, we are going to play the Charlotte Hornets. We'll go to the Hornets after we made that big trade with them. So we made 2 trades in this episode. I don't even know which one was bigger, to be honest. Or actually, no, I definitely know which one was bigger. That one with Blake Griffin, obviously the bigger trade. But the other trade was, make no mistake about it, huge as well. Mason Plumlee for KCP. The Nuggets also give up a first-round pick. We did get Bojan Bogdanovic, but he is injured at the moment. But we might be gearing up for a playoff run. And if you don't think this was realistic, I'm going to have to disagree. I think taking on Blake doesn't necessarily mean we're locked in, because another team might want him if they are making a run in the future. Plus, we still, I believe, would have some contract flexibility next year. Player contracts, let's look at it. Right now, we're $7 million under. Next year, we'll have 26, assuming we decline Avery Bradley's and Hazonia's and Kennard's and Collins. Obviously, we'll accept some of these guys. So we'll be about, I would get, if I had to guess, I'd say we'd be about down to like 20 million, because I don't think we're going to re-sign we're going to accept Bradley's team option. So we might have to find a cheaper shooting guard option. But we might have a cheaper shooting guard option on roster with Costa Machidi, who might just be our starter. And then we'll have Luke Kennard play the backup. So, I mean, I think this team is in good shape. We don't necessarily have to keep Blake on roster for all these years. We can try and trade him. I mean, I just can't stress the fact that we got rid of expiring deals, turned it into Bojan Bogdanovic in a realistic fashion, because other teams got to cap dump some players as well. And they received some second-round picks. And we also acquired Blake Griffin. We only give up Tyreek Evans because, I mean, they just wanted to get rid of his contract because they're not a competing team. Well, we are right now in the 4th seed. We are a game and a half behind the Raptors for the for the 3rd seed. Only a game behind the 76ers for the 2nd seed. Or excuse me, the other way around. We're 2 games behind the Raptors. We're 2.5 games behind the Sixers. And we are 3.5 games out of 1st place in the East. And we just got Blake Griffin, who is already the highest overall player. And he's going to be an all-star. If that wasn't a good trade. And it did, and it made sense. So you could bite me. See you guys on next time. Thank you everybody so much for watching. As always, make sure you absolutely wreck that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned, because in the next episode we are going to play the Charlotte Hornets, a team we just made a trade with. And I think we're going to see some players we are familiar with. We're going to see Willie Cauley-Stein, a guy they made a big trade for. And did we give them anybody who's going to be playing? No. We're also, yeah, we're not going to see anybody from our team. But this is the team we will see. So see you guys all there. Peace out, everybody. They are 0-10 their last 10. Jesus. Later.